What's up, fam? I wasn't gonna make this video, but I've been getting bothered on all kind of social media about it, so I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. And I don't know if my GoPro picked it up because it's tripping now. It won't show me the screen. So this is what's going on. I got a coolant leak. So what happened was a couple of months ago when I got the methanol injection kit installed at a performance shop in San Antonio that I normally get my work done at. They put it on the dyno to see what the numbers were before and the numbers were after the methanol installation. They said that it had a small leak, and I'm pacing because it drives me crazy. They said it had a small leak, and they took the coolant overflow tank off, which is where the leak is, and they welded where the leak was. It said it was a pinhole leak, and you can tell, you know, ProCharger does pretty good welds and heat treated paint and everything else, so that way it can last for a while. But they said they found a leak there, and they welded it so it would be fine. It wasn't fine. You could tell coolant leak and sprays everywhere, especially when I get on it, of course, when temperatures get hot on the roads or whatever. So this happened to me going to the Brokers Bash in Austin. That's another reason why I didn't put it on a dyno, because that would be pretty embarrassing that my car blow up because of coolant leak on a dyno. And I know coolant leak doesn't make it blow up, but it's dripping on the alternator. That could cause a problem. It's dripping here down on the serpentine belt. That can cause a problem. And of course, if I lose all my coolant, that can cause a problem, especially being an hour and 15 minutes away from home, running your car on a dyno at high temperatures and high pressure. So that's what's going on. I'm going to order the tank from ProCharger. It's like $400 with shipping and handling, something like that. 3 something is going to be about a little over $400. I just don't know how long it's going to come in, how long it's going to take to come in. So I am going to, and I know people are going to hate this, I'm going to JB weld the pinhole up for now, just to patch it, and I'm only going to do close local stuff around town, stuff near Fort Hood area, maybe Austin. But if I do go to Austin, then I'll just put the car on the trailer, download it at the show or at the event or at the meet, if it's a meet, which I don't think a meet would be important enough for me to bring the car out in this condition. And I'll just trailer it, drop it down, do the show, put it back on the trailer, and then take it home. So that's the plan until the part comes in. So that's what's going on. And if you're wondering, it's held on by this nut, which is also where my catch can was, and another nut down at the bottom on the alternator to pull this thing completely off. And it's only, of course, the inlet hose here and the outlet hose there for overflow. So it's not very hard to replace. I just need the part, and ProCharger is very particular about what establishment, what business, what company has their parts. Unless you're a licensed ProCharger dealer, you can't just get their parts online and give it to people. A lot of their stuff have to come directly from ProCharger. So that's what's going on with Deadpool Scat 426. So the car's not technically down, but I don't want a chance something big happening to it, driving say to San Antonio or Houston with a patch job on it or some makeshift fix until the real part comes in. So if I'm not at the really big meets and shows and community events and birthday drive-bys and wave. That's why, because I don't want to take a chance on hurting the car even more and having to spend a lot more on it than I do now to fix that problem. And I also have some things to fix on the race car, so that's going to come in the garage and get worked on. And then that one's going to be on the trailer, and she's going to be a trailer queen until I get the parts to fix it. So when you see me pulling this car off the trailer, don't think it's because I'm bougie and I'm trying to show off like some of those other big name guys or whatever. I'm not trying to show off. I'm just trying to make my car last. It's 2015. It's already old, and I'm just trying to make it last a little bit longer so we can have some more fun with it. So that's what's going on with Deadpool Scat 426. Appreciate y'all. Peace. And before I go, the reason I don't want to get the car back to the shop, of course, is in San Antonio, which is 2.5 hours away from me. So I would definitely have to trailer it and then come all the way back just for them to fix it in 5 minutes if their welder's available, and then come all the way back here. But that shop is also in the process of moving, so they're not answering the phone, they're not answering text messages, they're not answering emails. They're in the process of taking the whole shop down, the whole performance shop, and moving to a different location, which I don't know the location. I don't know if the numbers change. I don't know any of that stuff. So I'm kind of on my own doing it, but we'll get it done. So if you're wondering what the plan was about the shop that originally did the work, technically they didn't have to go ahead and weld it. They could have said, hey, your tank is broke, you need to order a new one from ProCharger. I probably would have just did that and not have to worry about it. I didn't think that the weld would not hold no more than, I think it's been like maybe 4 to 6 months since I got the methanol installed on it. So definitely gonna get that fixed. Put the new one on. I'd rather it be new than fixed. It's fixed. Seems like it's temporary, so I want the real deal on there, so I'm gonna get it done. Appreciate y'all. All right, so JB weld is on where the pinhole is. Mixed it up kind of cool, so it can take the allotted 16 or so hours. It takes to cure. It's supposed to be good for 5,000 PSI. Yeah, 15 hours, and allow 4 to 6 hours before handling. 15 hours to cure. I'm definitely going to leave it for 24 hours. Not going to move it, not going to touch it, not going to crank it, nothing. It's kind of familiar to me because I'm a helicopter mechanic by trade, so this is kind of reminiscent to what we call Pro Seal, where we used to seal all our nuts and stuff on the aircraft to stop them from moving due to all the vibration and stuff with the blade spinning and all the high RPM stuff. So I'm kind of used to doing this stuff. That's why I didn't really make a mess, because doing this kind of stuff for 20 plus years, so kind of know how to do it. So we'll see how it goes. Let it sit. Tomorrow around this time, I'll crank it up, give it a few revs, because that's all it really took last time. I think I was at a Handsful of Cash car show doing the loudest exhaust, gave it a few revs, saw some smoke, so I knew it was happening again, so I kind of let it go. Lost that competition, so got to hit up my man that make a loud exhaust and make my car a little louder and see what we can do. But other than that, I think we good. So catch me later. What's up, fam? It's the pool guy again, the OG. The next day, so let's see what it's looking like. Yesterday we JB welded the coolant overflow tank to stop the leak that we've been having that's been causing issues. That's what it looks like right there. Hopefully the pinhole has been sealed up. Hopefully it's only one pinhole for now. Waiting on the part to come in. I don't know how long it's going to take. I still have to call to make sure that it's the right part for the right ProCharger kit, for the right size motor, for the right size everything, to make sure that that wasn't the problem, because this was the stock, well, can't say stock, but it was the first ProCharger kit I had on before I upgraded the ProCharger head unit and bored and stroked the motor to 426 from 392 cubic inch. So that could be the problem. Maybe this is only rated to handle so much PSI, because the base ProCharger I had on before, the P1 SE, that one was only pushing between 5 and 8 pounds of boost, making between 585 to 615 horsepower to the wheel. This is the D1 SE with the 426, so it's making a lot more power and a lot more boost than it did before. I'm not gonna get my numbers out because some of y'all are looking for that, so when y'all try to line up next to me, y'all know what I'm running. But we'll see if that holds. I'm gonna not skip the wait time on this curing for this JB Weld, because I've seen it on a lot of other different applications. Like I said, I've worked with that type of adhesive before, and I know skipping the wait time can be catastrophic, and I don't want the same problem or to make it worse or anything. So I'm gonna wait the 16 hours. It's almost 3 o'clock now, so probably 3 more hours it'll be done. But I think I'm gonna wait, like I said before, the full 24 hours to make sure it's good to go, and then I'll crank it. I'll give it some revs, let it run, see if it leaks. If it doesn't leak, then I'll clean up all of this mess from the spray and from the dripping, and it's way down in there too, all on my alternator and everything. That was the scary part. So I'll get that taken care of, and who knows, might make it to a meet tonight, but I probably won't drive the car. I'll baby it for a little while. I'll just take the truck. No big deal. I normally do that on a Wednesday night meet anyway, because people get tired of seeing the same stuff over and over again, I feel. So we'll let that one relax. And then this weekend, got invited to a car show, free car show. Again, 2 weeks in a row, that's rare. A free car show here in Killeen, by some of the guys in the Corvette Club. So be interesting to see. They probably want me to come out so they can have a little bit more variety than just 20 Corvettes out there, and they're trying to figure out which is the best. So I'll bring the car out to that. There's also a couple of meets that night. I know there's a big one in Pflugerville on Saturday, and there's also another meet here in Killeen with the Mopar guys Saturday night too. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might just do the show and park the car and then just leave it and just wait until the part come in. But you know, it's Texas, so car show season doesn't stop. It's year round, unless it's freezing. So we'll see what it does. We'll see how it does, and I'll know if I'm confident enough in it to take it out of town or anything like that after I crank it up and see if there's any more leaks with it. So that's where we're at right now. It sucks, but as anybody know, when you're making power, things are bound to go wrong, especially when this isn't the kit that was on the stock. Well, I guess it was the kit, but that wasn't the blower that came with the original kit for the stock motor and the stock power. So bigger blower, more power, more PSI, PSI is bound to find somewhere to leak through, so it happens. No big deal. We'll get it fixed. Minor problem. Glad we found it before anything else happened, and we'll get back up and running pretty soon. I'll let y'all know. All right. Like the great philosopher Usher said, it's 7 o'clock on the dot. Not in no drop top though, but I got a pretty cool sunroof. But it's been 24 hours since I patched up the car, and I'm gonna touch the spot to see if it's tacky. It's not tacky. It's a little tacky, probably because it's so humid, but it's not sticking to my hand, which is a good thing. I mean, it's somewhat sealed. Probably should have put a heat gun on it to make sure that it was really sticky or really set. Yeah, it's tacky. It's not coming off on my hand, so that's good. According to the instructions, it should be fine. So I'm gonna go get the keys and start it and see if it's still leaking. All right, it's time to fire it up. Stick shift cars. I'm gonna give it a few revs, not nothing crazy. Then get back out and check it and see what it does. Cross your fingers. Wish me luck. I'll make sure I put in the captions earphone warning, because it is kind of loud inside the garage. But my neighbors, they do the same thing I do. I don't see anything. Saturday during the Brokers Bash, and when we did the rev after the national anthem, I got back out and it was leaking from right there, right where I put the JB Weld or Pro Seal if you're an aviation guy or a military guy. So I think the temporary fix might have fixed it until we get the tank, the radiator coolant overflow tank from ProCharger, or if I can find a licensed dealer somewhere here in Texas and get it from them. But if I'm gonna pay for the part and pay more than what it would cost to get from ProCharger plus shipping, I may as well just get it from ProCharger themselves and deal directly with the manufacturer and not have to worry about it. So look like that'll fix the problem for now. Like I said, it's only temporary. This stuff was only 15 bucks. AutoZone is walking distance from my house, so it wasn't a big deal. They come in different types for different uses, for different PSIs, for different temperatures, specifically for radiator, all other kind of stuff. You can get JB Weld 4, and I think I'm gonna probably keep it in the car just in case it happens to me or anybody else who's running a boosted setup with the radiator coolant overflow tank. So look like it's fine. No dripping, no leaking. So I guess I can clean everything up and get all this nastiness off my car and get ready for the car show this Saturday here in Killeen. I'll probably put the flyer at the end of the video, so if anybody know where to catch me at this Saturday, if you want to check out the car, get some pictures. Might have some unicorns to hand out again to the young ladies. Once I get my 3D printer working, I'm going to print out some Deadpool figurines for the young men because young men didn't really want the unicorns, which I understand that. A lot of dads snatching them back saying, no, unicorns are for girls. So I'm going to try to have something for everybody. So I'm going to have Deadpool figurines for the young men and unicorns for the young ladies. So just to try to give back to the community, get people interested in the car game at a young age. If you have this addiction, it's a lot of other addictions that you probably won't have time for or money for. So that's what it's all about. Appreciate y'all. Peace.